All right, Camaro Nation. I'm here in my garage at home. I stripped this fold-down back seat down to bare metal. I took all the glue off the back of it here where the rug glue's on. I just used a 4.5-inch grinder with a wire wheel on it. Took a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I hit the inside edges with the grinder and took all the rust out because, the seat bolts to it, and the seat insulation or fluff, whatever you want to call it, it can get moist and wicks up water and it gets wet. So this is ready to go. I threw a couple of coats of self-etching primer on it. I missed a spot right there. I'll hit it again right there. No big deal. And there's the hinges. They're all sandblasted. And I took some of the play out of them by putting the rivets on my vise and just beating it with a hammer. Luckily, I got them to close up a little bit more, so that made it nice and tight. I mean, I was going to take it apart, machine new rivets for it, tighten the tolerance up, and then I said, you know what? That is a shitload of work. Why am I doing that? I mean, how often is this seat going to go up and down? 50 times? 100 times? Just so I can show people, hey, I got a fold-down back seat. Look at this. I'm not taking it to Target with my family shopping for the next 30 years. I mean, so I don't think it necessitated taking it apart, making new bushings, making new rivets or whatever. So they're nice and tight. I can't grab them because it's still a little dewy from priming them, but take my word for it. So let's call that there. So now I'm going to let this thing set up a little bit, and then I will probably put the first coat of paint on it if I had a suitable paint here in my basement. I'm still waiting for the upholstery guy to get my seat done. Should be any time now. He told me it'd be a week and a half to 2 weeks, and unless I miscount, I believe tomorrow is the end of 2 weeks, or I lost count, good honestly. It was last Wednesday, Tuesday. So maybe next week's 2 weeks. Whatever. They'll be done soon. It'll be done soon rather. And then I gotta throw it back together again. So stay tuned and I'll try to lay some paint on this thing. All right. I painted the hinges and the seat. The seat panel I painted in a semi-gloss black I happen to have on hand. The only problem was the paint is really old, so it was really thin. So this is probably, 8 to 10 coats on it. I mean, it laid down beautiful, but it was really thin. So I elected to paint the hinges flat black. Since I have more of that, it's a lot thicker and dries faster. I mean, you're not really gonna see them anyway, and who really cares if they're semi-gloss or flat? So I think the only thing that matters is the panel itself, because the panel has to match the interior. And the interior is, probably a semi-gloss, but that's what I did, and that's why. So let's see if I'm wrong or not. These little trim pieces that go on the top, I had to shoot them last because I forgot to do them, quite honestly. So that's why they're sitting there. But that's it. So I got to buy some rug glue at Home Depot and then glue the rug down once I'm happy with the finish of my paint. And then once my upholstery guy gets my seat done, I can throw it all back together again and throw it in the car. And that's where it'll stay for infinity. Or until the next guy decides to restore the car again or do whatever. So I ran into a snag yesterday that the ancient paint I was using to paint this thing didn't dry very well. It was dry to the touch, but if you pushed your finger into it, you'd leave a fingerprint. So I had to paint it again with the flat black stuff I used on the hinges because I didn't have any semi-gloss. Whatever, it'll be fine. So I'm going to mate this thing to the seat, which I just picked up yesterday, and my upholstery guy called me and said, come and get it. So I'm gonna mate these two together, and then I will glue the rug onto the back panel. I was gonna glue the rug on first thing, but I figured what the hell, just put it all together today. So stick around and we'll see how it goes. So here is my finished seat. Upholstery guy did a really nice job on it. He had to fabricate the metal pieces in the back that locked them to the seats, poke the holes, all that stuff. And here is the recessed edge. Did a nice job on it. Looks really, really authentic. Pretty happy with it. Just makes this fold-down back seat project all the more expensive. So let's flip it over and put the back on. One thing I should also note is not only did the upholstery guy, cut that part of the seat and make it look like the fold-down back seat should look with the recess, but he also took everything apart. He put all new, whatever you call it, fluffy stuff, cushioning in there, a little burlap crap, this black thing. He wire brushed the whole seat frame and painted it black. Did a better job than I would have done. So, what can I say? This stuff's tedious and boring as hell. So I did a really nice job. And it was kind of funny that he was the guy who put the seat cover on the original seats for the guy I bought it from. He remembered the car, remembered the seats. He didn't like the interior. It's an Al Knock interior. He said he wasn't crazy about a lot of the stuff. Didn't fit quite right. I guess he bought an Al Knock top for the car, and that fit like crap. I guess he went through 2 of them, and he had to finally buy from his supplier. So he had a lot of stories to tell. So anyway, the metal panel goes onto this and slides into these finger grooves right here. There's 3 of them. That's what holds the metal part to the seat, and then it bolts on here and there. So let's drop this guy on and make it happen. What I should have said was the fold-down seat steel panel has slots in it that those metal finger things and the seat frame slide into. So you push this thing down and slide it in. So it goes in here, and the middle one, and the one on the end. And that's what links the 2 together. Okay, here we go. You pick this guy up, and you bring it over the seat, and you kind of get it in position. Then you just gonna slide this piece into this hole. I'm wearing gloves, gonna feel like getting paint and glue all over me. I screwed up this morning. I went to put this thing together, and I was getting all the screws to clean them up. And then I said, hey, what's this piece over here? And guess what? I forgot to paint that piece. So I sandblasted it, I primed it, it's drying right now. I'll paint it shortly. But that's the piece that goes on this top edge right here. That's the ledge that keeps the groceries from sliding off. So, all right, so I got that one in. Let's get the other 2. Should be a piece of cake, right? So far, so good. Okay, she's a-going, she's a-going. I think that's it. It's in, yeah. And I just run your screws in around the perimeter. And there's a screw hole here, I'm not sure if GM did that. I mean, I'll probably duplicate them. But here is your side pieces where the hinges bolt on. Another side to the side. And obviously this side is the side with the latch. And the hinge has a much larger hole in it. I'll show you that when it comes time to assemble it. But let me put the screws in this thing and put it together. I won't bore you with all that, so stand by. So the 4 screws are installed in here. I just reused the ones that came out. I wire brushed them nice and shiny. They just lock this panel to the seat frame. Now we'll move the camera over here. Look at me with a tripod. Woohoo! Almost professional. Okay, so now we put on the first hinge. So this hinge uses 3 of the same sheet metal type bolts. Just bolts on right there. And we know that this hole right here goes up because that's where the stud goes. So you know, I mean, in a minute it'll be obvious which one is which. This has 3 of the same size holes. This hinge is one striker. So it has a bigger hole at the top. So it's got 2 little holes and 1 big hole because the striker goes through. That's what latches the seat to the latch, just like in a car door. So that's how you know. Not rocket science. So, all right, let's throw this guy together. Piece of cake, nice easy job. Sunday morning, bang this sucker out. Put it on upside down. Yep, because I'm stupid. All right, here we go. Let's do that again. Just making sure you're paying attention. All right, here we go. And again, I'm wearing gloves because I'm painting that thing. I'm painting the glue. And I don't know about some of you guys, but for some reason in the springtime, I get like eczema on my hands. So the less I have to handle chemicals and dirt and crap like that, the better off my hands feel. Otherwise I get red and itchy and my health. So I'm not a big pussy or anything. I'm just wearing gloves to keep my hands in better shape. 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, and there's your hinge. Da-da-da, all that stuff. Lovely. Okay, so let me get this one put on. And maybe I'll spin the seat. Let's do this. I feel like looking at me anyway. Oh boy. I keep myself off camera as much as possible because I'm not the focus of the show. You know, for me, it's the work being done, not me. I'm just the instrument. So that's why I try not to appear in my videos, in case you're wondering. It's not about me, you know? It's my car, and it's my incredible talent, but it's not about me. So this one goes in here. This one goes in here. And this one goes here. Again, big hole, striker, da-da-da-da-da. I gotta get a Allen socket to run this guy in. So let me go do that, I'll be right back. And we're back. I put a little lube on the threads because I've been sandblasting and painting and priming, so I don't want the threads to be crappy going in. So this one's a little tight. Now that the seat's upholstered, this is all brand new fluffy stuff, it's pushing the hinge out, so I'm going to push them a little bit. Run that guy in. Run that in. This one I had already started, so it should zip right in. We're done. I'm calling that done. Let's get a rag. Clean up my lube. Okay, so now we have the hinges mounted back on the seat. Now the fun part, get the glue on the rug. I was just saying yesterday, you know, I think I have too many brain cells left, so I need to do something about that. I'm going to sift some contact cement and see if I can get those pesky brain cells gone. I have no idea how this stuff's going to smell. I can only assume it's going to be nasty, but whatever. No one's making me do this dumb shit, so let us trial fit the rug. Oh, isn't that lovely? Here. Huh. Fits like shit right there. Wow, look at that. That's crap. You can see that, but that's crappy. Look at it, it's overlapping. That's atrocious. Should I fix that? I mean, what do I do with that? I mean, it's a bound edge. If I cut that thing loose, I mean, yikes. That's crap. I mean, that's really shit. I mean, Jesus, even if I push all the way up, that fits like crap. Now what do you do? I don't know. What would you guys do? That looks like shit. What do you do? You know, what do you do? So I'm thinking maybe I'll glue it down as is. I mean, this is floating in the air anyway. I guess I could cut. I don't want to cut it after the fact. Then I'll probably pack up the paint. Ah, boy, can't find nothing nowadays, can you? Jesus. I gotta mull this over for a second. Let me think about it while I put a second coat of paint on my trim piece. Stand by. So I made my decision about the rug. My decision was to do nothing. I'm gonna glue this thing down, see how it looks, and maybe I'll cut it later with a razor blade. I actually went in there with a pair of scissors and a razor knife. You can see them right there. I'm pointing over there, you can see them, but I had all intentions of doing it, and then I put the scissors to it and said, do you really want to do this, dude? So I said, you know what? I talked to myself a lot, evidently. I'll just glue it down. It's not going to impede the process gluing it down now, whether I cut it or not. I can always cut it later. So that's what I did. So let's see how bad it looks, and if I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So what I'm intending to do here is you're supposed to put glue on both sides of the thing you're gluing. So I'm going to lay some glue down on the seat, then I'll lay some down on the rug, and I'll fold it down and see if that serves me well. I had hoped that the contact cement would be black, if I made a mistake and glue hung out somewhere, you couldn't see it, but of course it's not black. It's like a yellowish color, but I'm thinking that it's going to be clear when it dries up, I hope. Whatever. So I'm laying this stuff down. It goes down easy. And just to paint the picture for you, no pun intended, I'm in my garage. I've got the heat on for like an hour because it tells you that if it's been less than 65 degrees for 72 hours, you gotta heat this crap up. You know, the material you're gluing. So I put the heat on, so I'm literally 5 feet from the heater, so I'm dying. It's really hot in here. I got paint fumes everywhere from painting that piece that I forgot to paint. And now, I'm jacking it up a little bit. I breathe in contact cement. Probably gonna start seeing unicorns walking by in a second, but that's okay. Make the day exciting. All right, so I laid down a coat of contact cement on the seat. I'm sure you can see me. I hope you can see me. I'm like filming this again. So I'm trying to get close to the edge so that the rug lays down as I have like loose edges. I hate that stuff. Supposedly, this stuff stays pliable for a little while. And they claim if you gotta re-glue it, you can do it within 2 hours. It reactivates the first layer of glue by putting a new layer of glue on it, which sounds awesome. Hopefully I won't need that trick. It's a little cobwebby, which sucks, but this stuff seems really sticky, so hopefully it does the trick. All right. Let's apply it to the rug. Some kind of disaster I can create. Yummo. I try to be entertaining, but you know, nothing else. You get to see the inner workings of a fold-down back seat, right? I don't think anybody's videoed that. So it's a first for mankind. For what that's worth. I was debating whether to use rug glue or just contact cement. I went to Home Depot this morning. And I had rug glue in my hand. I said, well, it is a rug. But you glue it to metal. I don't know how often rug guys glue rug down to metal. Not a lot of metal in homes. I elected to get contact cement instead. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake. I don't remember what I used in the Firebird. Honestly, I'm drawing a blank. I probably used contact cement. I don't know what I did. Probably all the brain cells I lost and memory went with it. Alright. Oof. Right in the heat. I mean, the glue doesn't smell that bad. Whether it's like carbon monoxide, you don't know you smelled it until you all of a sudden wake up in a gurney somewhere in a hospital. I don't know. Hopefully this stuff isn't like deadly. There's no skull and crossbones on the can, so that bodes well. Right, I think I did the whole piece. What's the slope going? Oh, wait. That corner? Oh, it's dry. I can't tell what's dry and what I didn't do. So I hit it here. And I come and lift it and add some more, I guess, right? So let's lay this down and see what we get. Lengthwise, I think it's pretty good. Like it, yeah, I got that right. I was afraid it would be too far away from the edge. I have to move it, but no, I mean, the gap on this side is close to this side, but not by much. I mean, this is probably 3/16, that side's probably 1/8. I can lift it off and move it, I suppose. Do I want to do that? I don't know. Why not, right? They claim you can reposition this crap, so let's reposition it. Okay. Now repositioned. Why not? Okay. That's it. I'm not moving it again. So there we go. So it lays down pretty good. So let's do some more. Yeah, it's holding it. So let's lather this crap on now pretty heavily. So let's put the can up here in case I slop it anywhere. I'll make a mess of the black painted parts, which I've already done. What's going to come off later or not. We'll find out. Right over this stuff, I can really smell it. Ooh, it's not terrible, but I think the Surgeon General would recommend sniffing this shit all day, but whatever, he's not here, so I don't think he's a subscriber, so. Let's make sure it's still gonna fit well. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, so let's back to here. Okay, crank it out. I guess I can stop recording and just cut to the end. And it's done. All glued down. All the trim is back on. Nice new screws. Put the corner screws in. I did cut the rug over here. I did screw it up a little bit. I did screw the paint up a little bit. I had to touch it up. I'm not going to get too much closer because I'm ashamed of it, but you know, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, whatever. Hinges are on. They're all lubed up. The next stop is to take it to my shop and throw it in the car, which I will try to do today. I'm hoping to do that shortly, but that's it. It's all back together again, and I think it looks pretty good. You know, it's judging by my Firebird, it's not going to be down that often. It's more like I said, you'd say, yeah, I got a fold down back seat, and you deploy it, and people go, oh, wow, look at that. And that's it. So let me get a little bit of video of it in the car, and that will wrap up this video series. And it's in. It went in a lot easier this time than last time. That's why that trial fitting was really worth it. So just to prove that it works, you just undo the latch and you pull it. Oh. And that's it. It's in. Fold down back seat works. I'm sure I scratched it up already. Yep, scratched it right there. Yeah, I'll touch the paint up. But there you go. It's in and it works. Oh, it looks lovely. Sorry. All brandy new, all repainted. Oh. My guy did a good job over here with the cutout. You can get your hand in there. So that's the story. It's done. Oof. It's just time. So much time to do this crap. I gotta wipe it down. It's probably got handprints and smegma all over it, but it'll be beautiful when I get done wiping it down. So there you go. Now I can bolt the rear seat belts in. Now that I cleaned them up the other day, I can put the bottom of the seat in, and then the back seat area is done. Other than putting the speakers in the back there, but that's, you know, I don't have to do that today. Whew. So I hope you enjoyed your sojourn through how the fold-down back seat comes apart and goes together and gets installed and la-di-da. So thanks for watching, and I hope all your projects are going super awesome. Talk to you later.